In the next few minutes, you will stay with me and I will show you how it is possible to rank above your competitors on Google and increase your website's traffic in a simple and direct way. You will also learn how you can replace an intense content creation process, which for me took at least 14 days, with another automated process even more powerful, which literally takes 4 minutes. In addition, you will learn 3 secrets about the internal workings of Google, which will take your understanding of SEO to another level. My name is Caleb Teixeira. I have been a developer and SEO specialist for over 17 years, and I'm here to teach you what I consider to be the pinnacle of SEO that will help you write the perfect content worthy of the top positions on Google and that works regardless of your niche. 4 years ago, I ended up becoming extremely frustrated with the SEO results I was getting in my projects, and so I decided to dive headfirst into the depths of Google's search algorithm to really understand how it works. I wanted to find out what the main ranking factors were in my niche and understand why I couldn't surpass my competitors on Google. I was not at all satisfied with the tools on the market, as they all only provided me with old, outdated data that has been stored over time and no longer reflected the current status that I saw with my own eyes on Google. This left me very frustrated, and it was then that I decided to manually do my technical SEO analysis. I started analyzing the content of each of my competitors in detail in order to reverse engineer my niche. I would go to each of my competitors' websites, extract their content completely, word by word, and catalog everything in order to understand what were the keywords most used by them, what were the most relevant terms in my niche, what was the average density and percentage of usage for each keyword, what were the correlation keywords used by search champions and ignored by others, what were the main HTML tags and how they were optimized. I wanted a complete and detailed analysis that would allow me to understand in an objective and scientific way what exactly Google was rewarding with the top spots in the search results. And you can imagine that this process took me a lot of time. I'm talking about at least 7 days. As important as this process proved to be, it was definitely something manual, slow, exhausting, completely dependent on me, and that there was no way to scale. During this process, I ended up empirically discovering some secrets of the internal workings of Google that opened my eyes and gave me a deep understanding of how crawling, indexing, and page ranking really works. And I'm going to share these 3 secrets with you here and now. First secret: Google really does its best to bring you the best results available on the internet in response to your search term. This is basically Google's business model. It needs to deliver what it considers to be the best results. This may seem obvious to most, but when entering a new segment, people seem to forget this and try to impress Google with their very well-written content, but which has absolutely nothing to do with what is expected by Google itself for that niche. In fact, this is the main mistake I see being made by well-intended people when entering a new segment. I explain. Long before you decide to enter that niche, Google has already defined exactly what is expected to find in new content that aims to reach the top positions of the SERP. Therefore, instead of trying to press Google with your super content, you should try your best to write optimized content that follows as closely as possible what is expected by Google based on the terms and keywords used by your niche competitors. And in fact, this goes far beyond simply repeating the main keyword in your URL, title, and H1. Second secret: Google, when responding to a search term and bringing the best results available, which are ordered by importance, is exposing itself and allowing reverse engineering to be carried on. And when doing this reverse engineering of Google, if you know what you're doing, you can discover in detail exactly what the main ranking factors are for that specific niche. And this means that you can know in detail how many words your article needs to have, what keywords actually rank based on the use of competitors, what are the different correlation terms used by search champions and ignored by others, what HTML tags are used, what keywords are they optimized for, and much more. In short, it's this: if you know what you're looking for through math and statistics, you can get a complete X-ray and understand exactly what Google is rewarding with top spots on the SERP in your niche. Third secret: it is a waste of time to start your content creation strategy using the keywords provided by large and renowned companies that you know well. I know it seems absurd, but I'll explain. What practically all big keyword companies offer is old data, which has been stored over time. And the big problem with the old data is that it does not reflect the current reality amidst the constant changes to Google's search algorithm. In fact, do a test yourself. Try to identify the different terms and keywords used by your niche competitors, and then compare with the keywords that are provided by these large and renowned companies. You will be shocked, just like I was. Now imagine that you operate in a niche that was seriously punished in the latest Google updates. If your website was already well ranked and recently ended up on the 5th page of the Google search results, you must be desperate trying to recover your lost position. And that's when I ask you, what are you going to do to discover what changed in the SERP of your niche? It is very clear that Google has changed what it wants to deliver in that segment. And worse, this change in the algorithm is so recent that it has certainly not yet been taken into account by large and renowned keyword companies. Make no mistake, at the end of the day, the only one who knows how to rank pages is Google itself, and only it and no one else. Therefore, the only thing that can really help you is reverse engineering Google in real time. That's it. Now that you've learned these 3 secrets of how Google's search algorithm works, you may be wondering how you could take advantage of an SEO strategy that is based on reverse engineering Google in real time. That's certainly what I have asked myself 4 years ago when I discovered these precious Google secrets. And do you remember that I previously mentioned that I have developed a manual method where I extracted the content from my competitors and cataloged everything in order to understand what they did to rank above me? Do you remember that I said that it was a slow process, that it took me 7 days and that there was no way to scale it? Well, what I didn't mention is that after my discovery and over the next 4 years, I dedicated myself to developing a software that could replace that entire manual process. And instead of taking 7 days, I managed to reduce that whole process to literally 2 minutes. And it is with a great satisfaction and pride that I present to you Focus Keyword Finder. Used and approved by leading professionals and agencies in the SEO market, will help you discover your competitors' hidden secrets using reverse engineering and provide you with powerful insights to improve your website's positioning and ranking. What I'm trying to say is that now you, using the same tool developed by me, will be able to choose a keyword that interests you, track your niche competitors, receive the complete list of keywords that actually rank, understand how to optimize your content through a step-by-step guide. All this in literally 2 minutes, exactly like this. Come with me. Okay, so if you're here for the first time, if you just log into Focus Keyword Finder, you're gonna land on this page. So you're gonna see first time here. Yes, it is my first time. You can just create project now. That's great. Then you just choose your keyword. How to make money online. Yeah, that's a good one, right? Okay, choose your keyword. Then you can choose the location, United States. Okay, English, that's great. Category, let's leave it like it is. And if you want, you can crawl more results here, but let's go with just 10 because that's good enough for us. And let's create the project. Okay, what's happening right now? We're taking a snapshot from the SERP. It's the same thing as you going on Google, typing a keyword. You're gonna see a list of all the pages. We're doing this right now, but with Focus Keyword Finder. And now you can just see that all the pages, we're just crawling each page for each competitor. There's some pages that are not relevant for us. Okay, like Time, Reddit, those, like for the most part, those are not relevant domains, okay? But if you really want, you can crawl it, but I don't want. So let's just wait for those ones to finish. And that's great. Okay, so now we just crawled all the competitors and we're ready to choose the keywords. Okay, cool. So we're doing a reverse engineering right now based on all that content from the SERP that we just crawled. We just have to wait for it to finish. Yeah, that's great. Okay, now we have our keywords, and that means that you have a table with a bunch of keywords. Those are already pre-selected for you by relevance, so name for the keyword, the usage, the relevance, correlation. There's a bunch of cool information here. Since the main keywords are already pre-selected for us, we just have to go to content because we want to write our content, right? Now that you have chosen the keyword you are interested in, track your niche competitors, receive the complete list of keywords that actually rank, and you understood how to optimize your content step by step, the time has come to write your content, right? And the standard content creation process basically consists of choosing and hiring a good writer in the market, agenda definition, in-depth study of the subject, writing, revision, and posting. Anyone who has worked with creation content for the internet knows very well that this process from start to finish takes at least 7 days. And this is counting with luck, goodwill, availability, and dedication of your writer. With Focus Keyword Finder, you already have access to your niche metrics that were extracted in real time. Now all that's left is to write the content, which can be quickly generated through the main artificial intelligence models available. We can shorten this entire process of hiring a writer, setting an agenda, studying, writing, reviewing, and posting from 7 days to literally 2 minutes. Exactly like this. Come with me. Okay, so now we're gonna create our content with AI, which is great. Really fast. And you can just click on AI content here. It's going to show a model. You can choose your model here. I'm just going to go with ChatGPT 3.5. My article title, if I don't do that, then ChatGPT is going to define an article optimized based on the keywords for me, which is exactly what I want. And then you can choose the pronouns. Okay, I want that to be in first person. I want the tone to be friendly. Yeah, that's good. Introduction, conclusion, interesting facts. Yeah, I want that. And you're good to go. So this tells me that the operation is going to use more or less 10 credits. Okay. And then you can just create article with AI. Okay, look at this. So we just got our ChatGPT content. This is amazing. It was really fast, really easy. And you can see we have the title, description, URL. Everything is already created for us. H1, H2, we have a list. Yeah, this is really what we want. Okay, so this is based on all the metrics from the niche are inside here. which is amazing. You can imagine how you can leverage this power. As you click on the placeholder, you can see how those placeholders are optimized. Okay, you can change it, obviously. If you want to change things, you can obviously change. Okay, and look at this, you have access to ranking, and you're going to see how well your content are written based on the competitors. And you can see that we just got the top spot. Can you imagine that just with one click? But this is like a way for you to calculate how well your content is in terms of on page. So based on all the metrics from the niche, with ChatGPT, the content that we created, we are able to get the top spot just based on page. Have fun with Focus Keyword Finder. Now it's just a matter of downloading and using wherever you want. Congratulations! Now that you have chosen the keyword you are interested in, track your niche competitors, receive the complete list of keywords that actually rank. And through artificial intelligence, you wrote the content that was optimized with these metrics extracted from your niche. Now you're ready to use your content in your preferred CMS, such as WordPress, Joomla, Shopify, or wherever you want. Finally, it is important to highlight the following. It is not enough to have a very well-written content using artificial intelligence if it has not been properly optimized with the keywords and metrics extracted from your niche in real time. Practically all companies that propose to write using artificial intelligence are nothing more than ChatGPT packagers. The big problem with this is that in addition to being very expensive, reaching up to 50 times the real cost of ChatGPT, it is not enough to have content well written by a robot if this content cannot compete for the top positions in the Google SERP. Make no mistake, at the end of the day, the only one who knows how to rank pages is Google itself. Only it and no one else. Therefore, I emphasize what I said previously. The only thing that can really help you is reverse engineering Google in real time. That's it. With Focus Keyword Finder, you save time, speed up your content creation process, and can replace 14 intense days of work that involve 7 days of manual, slow, exhausting SERP reverse engineering, and 7 days to choose a writer, define the agenda, study, write, review, and posting. You can replace those 14 intense days of work with literally 4 minutes. Do you want to rank above your Google competitors, increase your website traffic, and replace 14 intense days of work with literally 4 minutes? Then click the purchase button below and receive immediate access to Focus Keyword Finder. Focus Keyword Finder has an unconditional 7 days guarantee. Therefore, for the next 7 days, you can use without restrictions. And if for any reason you realize that is not for you, simply contact us and you will receive a full refund. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. Take advantage of the launch promotional pricing now, as it won't be available for long. Very good. We have reached the end of this video, and I want to thank you for your interest, and I look forward to seeing you inside Focus Keyword Finder. See you soon.